Once upon a time, in the wealthy African city, there lived a wealthy woman called Mama Fola. Everyone in the city knew her only son, Fola. He is the richest man in the whole town. Fola owned big company, land, many cars, and even a big white house on the hill. But Mama Fola was sad. Her son is 30 years old, but he had no wife. Every day, Mama Fola would sit under the big mango tree in front of her house, shaking her head. "Money is nothing without a good wife," she would say. Fola always said, "Mama, women love me because I am rich, not because they care about me." Mama Fola decided to do something strange. One day she called her son and said, "Fola, my eyes can no longer see. I am blind. I want you to take me to your house in the city." Fola was shocked. "Blind? But Mama, you could see last week." Mama Fola just sighed. "I cannot see anymore." Fola did not know her mother was pretending. She wanted to test the women in the city where his son Fola lived. She wanted to see who would love her like a mother, even though she was poor and blind. The next morning, Fola brought his mother to his mansion. She had a small bag and a wooden walking stick. The workers in the big house welcomed her, but some of them whispered and laughed when they thought she could not see. Mama Fola listened to everything quietly. She sat in the corner of the big living room, pretending to stare at nothing. Fola brought many women to visit, but none of them treated Mama Fola nicely. They called her old woman, and they complained about the smell of her herbal oils. Some even told Fola to send her back to the village. One day, a girl named Amina came to the house. She was not like the others. She came with her small sister who had a broken sandal. Amina gave Mama Fola a soft smile and held her hand gently. "Let me help you sit well, Mama," Amina said sweetly. Mama Fola's heart jumped, but she kept quiet. Amina helped clean the floor around Mama Fola. She cooked tasty yam porridge, and even washed a wrapper when it fell on the floor. She talked to Mama Fola with respect, calling her Mama like her own mother. Later that night, Mama Fola called her son secretly. "This one, her heart is clean." Fola laughed. "Mama, you can't see, remember?" But Mama Fola only smiled quietly. For many days, Amina kept coming to visit. She brought fresh uga leaves and helped Mama Fola walk around the big house. But there was a problem. The head maid, Bisi, was jealous. She wanted to marry Fola because of his money. She started saying bad things about Amina. One morning, Mama Fola heard Bisi telling Fola that Amina only wants your money. "She is a village girl. She is lying to you." Mama Fola kept calm. She wanted to see more. The next day, Mama Fola pretended to fall in front of the house. Bisi walked past her and laughed. Amina ran from the backyard, helped Mama Fola up, cleaned her body, and even used part of her own cloth to wipe Mama Fola's feet. At night, Mama Fola sat alone in her room, smiling. Her heart told her the truth, but she waited. Another week passed. Fola was planning a big birthday party. Many rich people would come, and Mama Fola wanted to test the women more. She told Fola, "Invite them all. I want to feel happy again." The house was busy. Workers cooked jollof rice and grilled fish. The women came with big gelly and shiny dresses. They danced and laughed, but none of them sat near Mama Fola. They acted like she was part of the chair. When Amina arrived, her dress was simple, but her smile was bright. She sat beside Mama Fola, gave her rice and fried plantain, and whispered, "You look beautiful today, Mama." Mama Fola could not hold her tears. She wiped them quickly before anyone saw. Later that night, Bisi tried to spoil Amina's drink by adding pepper water. Mama Fola heard her mixing something and kept quiet. When Amina drank it, her mouth burned. She rushed outside, coughing. Mama Fola followed her slowly, pretending to touch the wall. In the backyard, Mama Fola asked quietly, "My daughter, why do you stay when they treat you badly?" Amina held Mama Fola's hand, her eyes full of water. "Because I see you as my own mother, Mama. Even if your son forgets me, I will always be happy to take care of you." That night, Mama Fola told her son, "Fola, I have seen enough. The eyes of my heart are open." Fola frowned. "Mama, you are blind." But Mama Fola removed her black cloth from her eyes and smiled brightly. "I was never blind, Fola. I was looking for the woman who will love you even if you have nothing." Fola's eyes widened. "Mama." But before she could explain more, something happened. The big gate shook loudly. Fola's enemies, men who wanted his land, had come with bad news. They carried something in a brown bag. Mama Fola quickly held Amina's hand and whispered, "Stay by my side, my child. The real test has just begun." The gate flew open and 4 men walked in. They wore dark clothes, their faces hard like stone. Behind them was a tall man called Karimu, the most feared land grabber in city. Fola's chest tightened when he saw them. "Fola!" Karimu shouted, slamming the envelope on the table. "Your father borrowed money from my people before he died. If you cannot pay today, we will take your properties." Fola's heart pounded. "That's not possible. My father left no such debt." Karimu laughed. "The papers are here. Your father signed before witnesses. You either pay or leave your properties." Mama Fola stood up slowly, acting like she could not balance. Amina held her by the waist quickly. "Mama, sit down." But Mama Fola whispered, "No, my daughter. I must listen." Fola called his lawyer, who was also at the party. The lawyer came, looked at the papers, and shook his head. "It looks real, Fola. There's even your father's signature." Fola's legs felt weak. His father had died 10 years ago. He knew nothing about this debt. Everyone at the party started whispering. Bisi smiled secretly, happy to see Fola in trouble. She moved closer, pretending to wipe Fola's sweat. "I warned you about that, Amina. Now your properties are going too." Amina stepped back, shocked. But Mama Fola squeezed her hand gently. Karimu pressed more. "You have until the next 1 week to pay 50 million naira. If not, we will take your properties, the company, everything." Fola sat down, his head in his hands. The next morning, trouble grew. News spread everywhere that the rich Fola was about to lose his father's properties. Many women who always came to visit him stopped coming. Even some workers in the big house began to pack their things. Only Amina stayed close, helping Mama Fola cook and clean. In the evening, Bisi walked into Fola's room. She wore a bright wrapper and smiled sweetly. "Marry me, Fola," she said. "My uncle is a big man in Lagos. He will help you pay this debt." Mama Fola was standing by the door, listening. Fola looked up and asked, "And what do you want in return?" Bisi laughed softly. "Just marry me. With me, you will have your money, your properties, your respect back." Mama Fola's face was hard. She walked in, leaned on her stick, and said loudly, "Fola, you must not answer yet." Fola blinked. "Mama." Mama Fola continued, "Tomorrow, we will go and visit your father's oldest friend, Baba Sango. If this debt is true, he will know." Bisi hissed and walked away, but Mama Fola and Amina stayed. The next morning, they traveled to the city where Baba Sango lived. The dusty road was rough, but they arrived safely at Baba Sango's compound. Baba Sango was an old man, his hair all white but his eyes still sharp. Mama Fola told him everything. Baba Sango shook his head. "Your father never borrowed from Karimu. He hated Karimu and warned us all to stay away from him." Mama Fola smiled. "Then what is this paper they brought?" Baba Sango called his youngest son, Musa. Musa looked closely at the signature. "This is not Papa Fola's handwriting," Musa said. "Karimu faked it." Baba Sango nodded. "We can prove it. I have all the letters your father wrote me. We can show the court." Mama Fola's heart felt warm. "Thank you, Baba Sango." That night, Amina cooked bitter leaf soup for Mama Fola and washed a wrapper by hand. As Mama Fola watched Amina, she smiled deeply. The next day, they went back to the city with the letters. When Karimu came to collect the money, Fola and his lawyer brought out the letters, showing the real signature of Fola's father. Karimu's eyes grew wide. The lawyer said, "We have already called the police." Before Karimu could run, police officers entered and arrested him and his men. Everyone clapped and cheered. Fola turned to Amina, his heart soft like butter. "Mama, you were right," he said. When everyone ran away, Amina stayed. Mama Fola smiled. The true wife is the one who stands when the ground shakes. But Bisi was not finished. That night, she sneaked out of the house and went to visit an old herbalist in the next village. "If I cannot have Fola, no one will," she whispered. The herbalist gave her a small calabash with red powder. "Blow this in their direction," he said. "Fola will forget all other women." Bisi grinned wickedly. Back in the mansion, Mama Fola started feeling strange. Her body felt cold even though the weather was hot. Amina came in quickly. "Mama, are you okay?" Mama Fola whispered. "Something is wrong." The air outside was quiet, but something dangerous was coming. That same night, as the moon hid behind dark clouds, Bisi crept back into the mansion. She tiptoed through the back door, holding the small calabash tight against her chest. Her heart thumped with excitement. She thought, "Soon, Fola will be mine forever." Meanwhile, Mama Fola lay on her bed, feeling weaker. Her hands shook, her lips dry. Amina wiped her forehead with warm water and sat beside her. "Mama, you will be fine. I will not leave your side," Amina whispered. In his room, Fola could not sleep. Something in his heart felt strange. He remembered Amina's kindness, her laughter, the way she cared for his mother without asking for anything. He stood up, walked to the window, and saw a shadow moving quickly in the backyard. His heart jumped. Who is that? Without wasting time, Fola ran to Mother's room. Amina was still there, praying softly. "Amina, stay here and lock the door. I saw someone outside." Mama Fola's voice was weak but serious. "It is Bisi. I can feel it." Fola rushed out, grabbed a flashlight, and followed the sound of footsteps to the garden. Bisi stood under the mango tree, her hands in the air, blowing the red powder towards the wind. She did not see Fola coming. "Bisi!" Fola shouted. Bisi jumped in shock. The calabash fell and broke. Red powder covered her own face. Her eyes turned red, her body shook like a dry leaf in the wind. "Fola! You were not supposed to see me," Bisi screamed. Fola's anger burned like fire. "You tried to poison my mother, and you wanted to control me?" Bisi ran, but the guards caught her quickly. She kicked and screamed, but Fola told them, "Tie her. We are calling the police." Back inside, Mama Fola sat up slowly. Her strength started coming back. Amina smiled and said, "Mama, it is over." But Mama Fola shook her head. "No, my daughter, something is still wrong." The next morning, the doctor came and checked Mama Fola. He said, "Mama was poisoned. Someone mixed sleeping pills in her food." Everyone gasped. Fola turned to his workers. "Who cooked Mama's food last night?" The youngest house girl, Sod, trembled and stepped forward. "Bisi forced me. She said she would sack me if I didn't add the powder to Mama's soup." Mama Fola touched Sod's shoulder. "You are young, but you must not fear evil people." Sod cried. "Forgive me, Mama. I didn't want to harm you." Fola took care of Sod, promising to send her back to school. The police came and took Bisi away. Fola stood tall, his heart full of new strength. Mama Fola said to him, "My son, wealth is good, but a clean heart is greater. Amina is your light." Fola's heart danced. He looked at Amina. "My mother has chosen you, and my heart agrees." But Amina shook her head softly. "Fola, I love Mama, but your enemies are many. I cannot be your wife if I will bring more danger. Mama Fola frowned. Amina, what are you saying? Amina's eyes shone with tears. There are people who want to destroy you because you are rich. They will use me to hurt you. Fola stepped closer. We will fight together. Before Amina could reply, a young man burst into the room, panting. His clothes were dusty, his eyes full of fear. Mama Fola. Fola, bad news from the city where Mama Fola lived, he shouted. Everyone turned. What is it? Mama Fola asked, her voice shaky. The young man wiped his face. Your family properites. It was attacked last night. Someone burnt down the old family house. Fola's face turned white. Who did it? The young man coughed. People say, after Karimu was arrested, his brother came back from the city. He swore revenge on your family. Mama Fola's head dropped. Her heart squeezed. Amina held Mama Fola's hand. Mama, I will go with you to Okuta. We will protect what is left. Fola's eyes filled with fire. No, no more hiding. No more fear. We will go to Okuta. We will face them. Mama Fola stood up slowly, leaning on Amina. My son, this fight is bigger than you think. There are secrets you do not know. Your father, before he died, he hid something on that house. Fola blinked. What do you mean, Mama? Mama Fola took a deep breath. Your father left you more than one property. He left you a secret that many would kill for. Outside, the wind howled louder. Inside, Fola, Amina, and Mama Fola prepared for a journey back home, where the real story was just about to begin.
Thank you for listening to another magic dose from FolkTale by JJ, where every story holds a secret, a spirit, and a spark of wonder. If you love this story, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep the fire alive. And remember, in every whisper of the word, there just might be another story waiting to be told. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and keep the fire burning. Signing out with love. Bye.